So here we go. Mikhail Pagiev is on. So Jeff, it sounds looks like you got your sound back. My question was, we've seen teams take the lead in the first third of the matches in these medal matches and never give it up. Are we expecting the same here?
That's been a pattern the whole day. We did see one match with, I think it was China and Korea, where it flip-flopped. But most of the time when a team's been able to take the lead, they've been able to maintain it all the way through.
Now for me, it's been a year since we've had competitive fencing, but if Ukraine pick up the lead, I see them not doing anything to take a risk in coming forward, so they're going to force Italy out. So Italy are the ones, I think, that have to try and stay at least on parity with Ukraine, but obviously preferably take a lead. They won't want to give away too much here, but they've also got to be conscious of getting early passivity cards. So that's why Garozzo's gone for it early, tried to do a beat attack, but Herey stepped in on that one.
He certainly did. We'll see right here as he stepped in. And Garozzo went flying by and missed, and Herey scored to take a 2-0 lead.
So 30 seconds gone without a hit. Garozzo is going to have to press a little bit harder. And look, Herey so busy with the blade, keeping his opponent guessing. And again going for it, thinking he'd scored, but Herey disciplined with his point there.
You're here at 3-0 if Garozzo's goal, is just to keep the score there because he hasn't been able to penetrate so far.
Well, Garozzo is definitely going to have to go for it again here because there was over a minute left on the clock, and the referees have been instructed and they're told to stay very close to this non-combativity. So around about 8 seconds left. If there's no hit, I think Pagiev is going to call halt and give a P yellow to Garozzo. Now, does Garozzo know that? Six seconds to go. Is he going to let this one go, Pagiev? He isn't. 2.37 seconds left on the clock, and it's a P yellow for Team Italy. It is awarded to Garozzo, but it remains now for the rest of the match, and they're going to let time run out. Look, I don't think it could have been worse for the Italian team here. A P yellow and 4 hits down, Jeff.
We saw the exact same thing in the gold medal match with the women, where there was a deficit and a P card, and the Koreans were forced to attack the rest of the way.
Yeah. Well, on for Ukraine, it's Roman Svichkar. On for Italy, Marco Fichera, and you can see even when they're testing the guards, they're keeping their surgical masks on. It's only when they're ready to fence do the surgical masks come off and the fencing masks come on. Underway here, and actually the score's dropped down to 3-0. Still not what Italy want, and just like that, 2:36 on the clock, and Svichkar scored his first point in the second leg. Now let's round up where these two teams are in terms of qualification. They sit in the top four. Ukraine, with their result here, confirmed into second place in the top four. Italy in third place. So two teams have qualified in the top four. In fact, all four of the teams in the top four, France and Switzerland joining these two, are from Europe. Getting one on the leg.
And Fichera surprised Svichkar there with a nice toe to the shot to the toe or to the ankle.
Not going crazy here, Fichera. Conscious of the time, definitely. One hit every minute will be enough, but if he steps into distance like that...
What's good for the goose is good for the gander, and Svichkar surprised Fichera and hit him right in the toe. Right back at you.
Lovely hit. And he's made Fichera think slow down a little bit here. Getting close again to a minute without a hit. Fichera has to go for it. Does, but misses on the two attempts. And it is Svichkar who comes out with the hit. I wonder now if Fichera just backs off, Jeff.
Why not? That was a coin flip there. They were both infighting and jabbing and going after it. And Svichkar got it.
I think that Fichera is going to leave this one where it is. A 5-hit deficit is pretty bad, but it's not as bad as 6 or 7. And I think that Andrea Santarelli is going to be the one that's going to be the more aggressive out on the piece, the one that's, well, given the job of going after some hits here. He's not going to go crazy, Santorelli, but if he can get 2 or 3 back unanswered, that will be job done in his first leg, which is the next one. Time runs out, 6-1. Lead has opened up for Ukraine, but this story's not over yet because Andrea Santarelli is coming on, but he's up against Bogdan Nikishin, true combatant on the piste.
Santorelli, we've seen earlier today, scores touches in bunches, very aggressive, and I don't look for the cat and mouse game here. I think he's going to look to try to, get some touches and shrink this lead as quickly as possible. Easier said than done.
Certainly is. They're ready for leg number 3 of this gold medal match. Very interesting, the final communication between Santorelli and Sandro Cuomo, the coach in the Italian box, saying, do I go for 1 or 2 hits?
And there he went for 1, but he did get hit. He did the right thing, Santorelli, pushed Nikishin back to his end of the piece, and he tried to attack, and Nikishin was waiting.
So we're going to see Santorelli go for this. He's looking, I think, to go to 7-3, 7-4, or at least have no more than a 3-hit deficit at the end of the 3 minutes. Nikishin keeping busy, but the two circular cease movements. The first one was picked by Santorelli, and as soon as Nikishin went for it again, there was a deception, and there's the first single light for the Italian. Nikishin holding his ground on the warning line, pushing back against the oncoming Italian. Santorelli gets patient, pushes him to the back line now. So this is where the action happens, a double. Not bad, but time is ticking away. Already a third of the fight gone. Santorelli came in with a 5-hit deficit, and he's still there.
And Nikishin will be happy to double as many times as possible with that 5-touch lead.
Yeah, and don't forget, we're not looking at 10 being the target score here, because we're in the third leg, so the target score is 15. So still space for Santorelli here. I wager he could work all the way through this, trying to close the gap up. Oh, nice.
Great timing by Santorelli. He faked to the toe, and then when Nikishin was starting to do his new action, he just made an attack to the shoulder. Set that up with really good footwork. In and out like a cat.
Oh, all the hard work done by Santorelli.
He set up the second intention. He waited for the counter 6. He found the blade, missed the riposte, and Nikishin scored. That's a bit of a devastating one there, because Santorelli could have had 2 in a row.
Well, halfway through the third leg, and there's no net gain yet from Santorelli. Well, there is now. He's closed it back up to 4. I think he's wanting to close this to 3, and then he will start to back off a little bit. So then the question is, what will happen with Bogdan Nikishin? Will he go and try and close it, open it back up for Ukraine? Oh, they both missed there, had chances.
So, Karen, this was a double, and Santorelli continues to push, but his last 2 single lights have been on feints to the toe and then attacks to the shoulder. So he's found something there, and with his quick footwork and change of tempo, this time he gets the riposte. He was waiting. Nikishin attack, thought he would surprise him, and he was ready. A big fist pump. Santorelli's feeling it right now.
Massive parry there from Santorelli. Just a little bit far away. Didn't prepare that one properly. But he's got the gap down to 3, and he's still going after it.
And this time Nikishin makes a counter, and Santorelli paid the price. Still a minute to go, Karen. I still think Santorelli's going to try to narrow the gap.
Nearly got that one, Santorelli. Not quite.
He continues to feint and set up his actions with feints to the toe.
Interesting flick with the back leg Santorelli's got. Make his opponent think that he's off balance. I think it's a setup, it's a play. Faking low, going high, but that is the end of the leg. It's 9 hits for Bogdan Nikishin. It's 10 for Andrea Santarelli. Well, what do you think so far?
I think that the key to this match is for Italy to try to keep it close and let Santorelli, who's the hot hand, try to get as many touches as possible.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that what Italy want is by the time they get to the end of leg 7, Santorelli would have finished his fights and they'll want to have the lead. So they've put Santorelli on in the middle of the bout. We come on for the fourth. Roman Svichkar comes back out and he's up against Enrico Garozzo. Accidental bumping of the toes there. It's Garozzo that's come away with a slightly stubbed big toe.
Garozzo started his action a little bit out of distance there and enabled Svichkar to score, pull distance and score in the counterattack. So inside 10 seconds for the non-combativity call, and that's why Garozzo went after it. He went after it because of the time constraint, but the problem was he did it in open piste, which enabled Svichkar to take the nice big retreat and parry and make the riposte. Let's watch here as he pulls distance, parry, riposte.
Yeah, didn't push hard enough. He got the call from the team box, did Garozzo, but he still had, I think, 7 odd seconds left. As soon as he got the call, he just went after it. He had time to set it up a little bit better, and as you say, get out of open piste territory, push Svichkar back a little bit more.
Yes, he definitely didn't prepare as well and rush that action. So
15 seconds to go before non-combativity, and notably the call comes that 5 seconds earlier from the Italian box, giving Garozzo a little bit more time to set things up, but it's only a double. Better than the last time.
Only a double is not bad because he didn't want to get the passivity call, and better than nothing.
So now we're inside a minute to go, so no passivity will be called again in this match. Interesting to see if Garozzo still goes looking for a hit. He just leaves it to Santorelli again, who's coming on next. He does go after it. Remember, he came into this 4 hits down, and now he's 6 hits down.
Nice riposte by Svichkar, and you know what? A good job by Garozzo to get the double there, because Svichkar saw what was coming and picked up the attack.
Well, now Garozzo has backed off, so they're going to leave it at 6 points. Well, Italy are deciding to leave it at 6 points, so maybe Roman Svichkar will have ideas. Well, saw an opportunity there, and now it's Svichkar getting the call from his box. Back off, back off. Will happily take a 6-point lead into the 5th leg. Still getting the call to stand away, and they do both stand away. Garozzo's just stepping into distance to keep Roman Svichkar honest, but a net giveaway again, and it's the Ukrainian team benefiting.
Well, after Santorelli brought it back by 1 touch, here they lost back 2. And here's the man with all the energy, Santorelli.
So Santorelli's going to go after this again. Garozzo on a -5 indicator, and I wonder if Sandro Cuomo, the Italian coach, is thinking about bringing in Cimini. No signs yet. But here, Herey will have to try and tame Santorelli. Santorelli's not quite got the same intensity as he had in the first fight, Jeff.
I don't think he's tired, but maybe he's just a little bit concerned about Herey. Santorelli made a really nice play there. He stepped forward to try to draw Herey out, which he did, and made the parry repose, but Herey was able to double it.
Oh, nice.
Setting it up again with a fake to the toe, which was basically waiting for Herey to come out, and he made the parry pose. A beautiful touch. Again, has a pattern of Santorelli setting up his actions with feints to the toe. Santorelli got inside of Herey, thought he had him, and Herey was able to pick it up and make the riposte. Almost for Santorelli. Saw some timing, almost had it.
Issue with the Piste here. Santorelli's pointed out. So Karpagiev grabs his plastic visor to go over his face, and they're having a look at the video.
I think this was Santorelli saying that Herey went off the side of the piece there. See those little parallel markings there? That's a foul ball. That's off the Piste. And this would cause Herey to lose a meter, but not push him off the back of the Piste. If that's the call by the referee. He'll put his back foot up at the end of the Piste.
Well, they're having a really good look at this. Your thoughts? I mean, it's very difficult to see from where we are. The camera angle we've got now is great, but we're sort of sitting in the warning line of where you're looking at Herey, looking at the piece. Very difficult to see over the top, and they are really having a good look at this, aren't they?
Yes, it's going to be hard to discern whether he was off the side, if that's indeed what they're trying to decide. But
well, Mikhail Pagiev is back. And the call is that there was it didn't step off the Piste, but I think they are going to ask them to come a bit more into the centre. Karim,
the referee is supposed to start the bout with the fencers in the center of the Piste, but the minute he says allez or start, they're allowed to go right back to the side.
Well, that's true, but of course there's the duty of care here as well, because there's no real sideways runoff.
That's true. And that is a beauty by Herey, a little pop on the top of the wrist. Santorelli wasn't expecting that. And there's another one. And for the very aggressive Santorelli, who is single-mindedly focused on trying to score touches, 2 in a row to the wrist is probably going to slow down the Santorelli Express a little bit.
Yeah, this is not what Italy wanted, and I think they're going to have to send out one of the other 2 fencers to be a little bit more aggressive. I don't see that being Marco Fichera either, who's coming on next. I think it's more likely to be Santorelli, or will the Italians make a substitution and bring on Cimini. Close. In fact, the distance is very close. So 20 seconds to go. That was the call from the Italian box before non-combativity. And another double.
And Herey was very happy to take that double touch, just to walk in the park. There. Karim, those 2 hits to the hand definitely dissuaded Santorelli from continuing to try for attacks.
Yeah, you called it. Just slowed him down enough. And, well, it was a 6-point deficit Italy came into the match with. This leg with, I should say. And now that's up to 8. 3 for Santorelli. 5 for Anatolii Herey. Right, the Ukrainians have got control of this one, haven't they?
They certainly do. I thought Santorelli would be one of the 3 Italian fencers who would maybe lower the deficit, but it went in the other direction.
I'm sure that he was. That was his job. Go out there and do something about this team. I don't. Well, I'm happy to be proven wrong, but I don't see Fichera really going after this. I see this as potentially 3 hits in this match, in this fight. 3 touches, whether singles or doubles. And more likely to ask Garozzo to have a go in the 8th leg. We are underway. Bogdan Nikishin is a master with an epee in his hand, so Fichera needs to be very careful here. If I was Fichera, I would be trying to push Nikishin back a little bit further, because we're coming up to 15 seconds before non-combativity is called. We've got the call from the box, 15 to go. Now it's 10. Pressing harder now for Fichera, but look at Nikishin controlling the blade.
I'm not sure what the problem is here, but Nikishin definitely did control it there.
Yeah, a little bit of emotion running high here. Not happy about the hit. Perhaps it was a little hard, but I mean, they haven't fenced competitively for a year. Nikishin's a big guy.
I think it's a culmination of the frustration of the way this match is going, personally.
Maybe something was said that We didn't hear. All's fair in love, war and fencing. So 15 to go again before passage is called. Will Fichera let it go? He's pressing inside 10. He knows he's going to have to go for it. He had a quick look at the clock there. He's pressing hard, going for it, and gets it. And now there's going to be a call for a video review.
Specifically for utilization of the back arm. Watch Fichera's back arm here. Watch as he block the blade.
Oh, I think he just turns. I don't think that's using his back arm to defend himself.
You are allowed to turn with the arm there because it's valid target. The question is, did he block the blade?
Well,
Sort of kept it stagnant there against his body, right?
but where else could it go? Nikishin put his blade there. Was he turning to? Was he definitely turning to use his back arm here to block, or was he just trying to get out of the way? Let's see. Mikhail Pagiev is back. Hand sanitized. Hit given. I agree with that.
Me too. Using the back arm is not the same as just having it at the side of your body, as Fichera did there.
Yeah, I mean, if he'd swept his arm in a different direction to his body, then we'd probably have a different call on this. Look, it's got Fichera wound up. He's got a hit back, and now he's got another one.
Very nice. He picked up his footwork. He's channeling his inner Santorelli here with a little bit of action.
Well, I didn't think he was going to go for it, but he definitely is. Now they're inside the last minute of the fight. There's no chance of non-combativity, and all of a sudden Marco Fichera has woken up. Putting the pressure on Nikishin. Maybe it's an emotional thing. Oh, just missed the first one. Just missed the first one, and that opened the door for Nikishin.
He set it up with that very quick in and out footwork. He had an opening and he missed. Not backing off. And again, you see Fichera turn inside there with the arm down, but he didn't use it.
Pagiev taking control of this. Needle here for sure. Oh, how much have we missed this? 1 year without fencing and we're back straight to it.
And there's a very easy double there for Nikishin. I almost feel like Fichera should back off here, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. He wants to try and close the gap up and give his teammates a less of a deficit. But he's got Nikishin pinned to the back line now. 5 to go, still going for it, and it's Nikishin who's the one that scores. And again, Nikishin is calling for some kind of obstruction, and now it's Fichera that calls for a video. Now Nikishin hasn't got a video left, so he might be happy that Fichera has called for a video review here. And Nikishin's saying 3 times use of the back arm. I don't think he's right, but there could have been a little bit of jostling here.
You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and in this particular case, Nikishin had the body when he turned as well. Having your arm at the side of your body and turning your body is not the same as using your arm to block the blade. Let's see if he did.
Yeah, well, actually, I think there's more of a call for Nikishin using the back arm here. I mean, 6 and 2 threes, of course. But it doesn't look to me at all like... Oh, now when you see it a little bit slower... But Nikishin's sword arm is inside, sword blade is inside where Fichera's is. And I don't think the video is going to come back in favour of Nikishin here. Let's see, they're having a really good look at it. And they are, oh, now we've got the assistant referee has raised his hand on the side, on the left hand side, which means he's signalling for something with Fichera, not with Nikishin. Conversation going on between the referee who's managing this particular fight and
here comes the card.
the assistant. And we've got a card that is going to come out from Pagiev. And a red card, use of the arm from Fichera. It'll be interesting to have a chat with the two referees after this one about what discussion they had having a look at that. A red card for Fichera. I think they will now leave this one where it is, but it's a bonus time for Ukraine.
That was a 2-point play for Nikishin.
Well, no love lost between those two, that's for sure. 3 points for Fichera. He did go after it, but it was 5 for Nikishin in the end. 1 on a straight red for use of the back arm. So 2 points clear again for the Ukrainian team. And it's Santorelli back on for Italy. Svichkar back on for Ukraine.
Karen, can you remember the good old days when there wasn't video replay and these types of actions would happen?
The good old days.
The good old days.
I'm not sure I'd call them the good old days. The video refereeing and the appeals system is perhaps the single biggest positive thing that's happened in developing of fencing over the last 50 years. We are back underway here in this incredibly intriguing gold medal match. Yes, Ukraine are fully in control. The temperature just went up about 25 degrees in here.
And as Santorelli's setting up his attack, Svichkar was able to step in and score. And in the second leg, Santorelli had the option not to go full guns blazing, but now he has no choice but to try to score as many touches as possible.
Oh, went in with his arm back. I thought he'd lost his chance there, but somehow managed to come out of that with a single line.
Svichkar actually looked like he hit him in the chest early. And there's a bombastic attack, quick attack. Svichkar caught flat-footed on that one.
These big actions from Santorelli are all about trying to lure Svichkar into making an error. Svichkar maintaining his cool and composure, getting his leg out of the way sharply then as well. Sleeping in from too far away and now off the edge of the piste. Counter riposte.
Beautiful by Santorelli.
I'm told by referees that you just call the final action, and they're right, but the action was an attack that was blocked.
The same thing, another counter riposte. And Svichkar caught flat-footed. He's either going to have to step back and get out of the way of that, or step in.
Go for it again. Oh! No, that's not going to stand. They crossed each other. Hit doesn't stand.
Santorelli has picked up the pace here.
Let's close the gap by 3 points. A couple more. The last two legs might be a bit more interesting than once they were. There's one of them.
Set up again with the feint to the toe.
Don't forget, this is Santorelli's last fight, so it's his last opportunity to make a difference.
A lot happening on that action. A feint to the toe, shortened the attack, and waiting, and then made a riposte.
Oh, just missed on that one. Just one too many, going after one too many here. Too quickly, I think.
Svichkar needed that one. again with the footwork and the timing, and he sees an opening and an attack into the inside line, and Svichkar wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, and for me, a much cleverer approach rather than rushing in and potentially getting a double. He took a bit more time, because what he wants to do is he wants to close the gap and ensure that Ukraine don't get to 35. 40 seconds left. Svichkar's not going after this, so Santorelli can take a little bit more time in preparing.
Svichkar very satisfied there with the double.
But during all of that, there was a bit dispute by Santorelli over whether he'd stepped off the side of the piste. Initially, he signaled he was going to go for a video.
Oh, and Svichkar just was able to sneak in a double there. Yeah, if you went up the side of the piste, you go back a meter. I wouldn't waste too much energy with the referee there. Svichkar, Santorelli doing all the work, and Svichkar just sitting there and scoring the double touch.
Still going to go after it. Just a little bit more patient, and the patience was at too close a distance, and a smile from Svichkar to his box. He has done his job, and that is for sure. Scoring 6 points in that leg. It was 9 for Santorelli, so to be fair to him, he did a big job there.
Santorelli was full of energy, and he did do his job. He fenced really well. And now, let's see if Garozzo can close the gap a little more.
Enrico Garozzo, if he's going to close the gap, he's going to have to do a lot of work here against Bogdan Nikishin, who I saw the true fighting spirit of the Epee fencers in Nikishin's last match, when he was up against Marco Fichera.
You know, fencing is very stressful in general, but can you imagine going up against Santorelli all the time? I mean, he puts incredible stress on his opponent because he's non-stop with the action, in and out.
Yep, hard work. He's going to be tired at the end of all of this. Well, it's actually Gabriele Cimini that's come on. They did make the substitution here, not Garozzo.
Well, you did call that earlier.
Too busy looking at scores and what the potential outcome is to spot the substitution by the Italians, but obviously that is clearly Gabriele Cimini.
Tough spot to come in the 8th leg, down by 7.
Yeah, but nothing to lose.
That is true.
A little bit more of an unknown as well, perhaps, to Bogdan Nikishin. Oh, now. Keep an eye on Core here in this match.
Okay, a good job by Cimini because he was running out of time, which would have been a passivity red. So a double is better than that.
Seven-point deficit. They've got to take the risk here, Italy, and try and close that up a little bit. Only one more leg to go in this gold medal match. So 15 seconds to go before passivity's called, and that's why Cimini's just upped the pace. But the same thing again.
It looked like he had him there and sort of just pulled his arm back and just froze for a second, and Nikishin was able to score directly.
Coming up to 20 seconds before passivity is going to be called. Oh, he managed to hit somewhere. I don't think he even knew where that was going.
I thought Nikishin was going to hit him. Look, they just picked it up in counter 6 and put a little flick to the wrist.
So 7-hit deficit at the start of the fight. Still a 7-hit deficit. 30 seconds to go. No chance of passivity now. Will Cimini be told to just back off? It certainly looks that way. It's pressing a little bit to ensure he doesn't get pushed to his back line. But this doesn't look like there's going to be another hit scored in here unless Nikishin goes for it.
That's not going to happen.
Well, you can probably say the substitute has done his job here. Maybe they would have wanted one back, but they didn't get it. 2 apiece. Means Nikishin finishes on a +1 and Cimini finishes on a 0. Garozzo was subbed out and finished on a -5. So on comes Fichera. Will he come on with the same level of intensity as he had in his second leg?
Got a little heated in the second leg with Nikishin, didn't it?
It certainly did, and he's up against Anatolii Herey here. This is the 9th leg of the men's team gold medal match at the Kazan Epee World Cup.
Lovely. Nice attack there by Fichera. Faked and then went to the toe.
Hit rate needs to stay as high as that though. Needs to keep the pressure on. And Herey now fighting back. Not just letting him get pushed back, or not letting himself get pushed back into the danger area. As soon as he gets there, he's then just pushing back on Fichera.
And there Fichera came forward, drew Herey out, got the blade and made the riposte.
Yeah, get a nice replay of it here.
That's a nice one.
Well, Herey just asking for his weapon to be tested, and it works.
It's still a 5-touch differential, but all it takes is 1 or 2 more and the pressure can change very quickly. But it's going to take 1 or 2 more.
Bit of a lucky one, but the gap is now down to 4.
I thought Herey played that perfectly. He was very busy on defense, feinting, putting Fichera off guard, and finally he went for it. I agree with you. He was a little bit unlucky. And there, Herey was just waiting with a counterattack. Watch this. Counterattack to the arm.
Double, not too much of an issue at this point, but a couple more of those and it'll be happy days for Ukraine. Fichera just a little glance at the score and the time that was left.
And a beauty! Got a nice riposte there by Fichera. And if I'm Herey, why commit myself right now? You could be busy, but you don't have to commit yourself.
Tries one off the line, Fichera, but he didn't get it, but he's gained a lot of ground here and got Herey pressed back. And he knows now that Herey He's not going to stay completely patient all the time. So Fichera has got a chance here. And he's got to score the next 2 hits. Oh, it doesn't. It's the second or third time he's been caught with that one.
Yep, Herey just sees a little opening and scores. And I think what Herey's doing very, very well is Fichera is single-minded about pushing, and Herey's been very busy on defense, not letting Fichera get totally comfortable. Beautiful counter action there by Fichera. He drew Herey in.
So now 30 seconds left to go in the final leg of this gold medal match. Fichera down by 4, closes it to 3.
With a beautiful toe touch out of nowhere.
He's going to go again. Misses the first, gone past, won't get that one. No hit given, they crossed each other. Herey wants that blade straighter than it was. It looked pretty straight to me. A little bit of a breath maybe taken by the Ukrainian. And another one from Marco Fichera. They're within 2. There is time on the clock.
And the pressure has just switched to Herey.
Ukrainian box. Oh, now a call for the video, and that's what the Ukrainian box was shouting for. I'm not sure what for, but it didn't get given anyway. And another one! Down to the wire here at 40-39. I don't think the Italians expected Fichera to come on and have to do this, but he's doing a great job. Goes after it again. Not too much of an issue on the doubles here.
I'm looking for Fichera to draw out the attack and make a parry riposte.
Well, he's got the hit. He's got the hit that Jeff, you called. He stepped in. There was a little hesitation. I think Fichera thought he was going to go for it. Now they're going to go and have a look at this one. What are they looking for here, Jeff? Were they crossed? I don't think they had.
I'm not exactly sure. All I know is that Fichera is expending all of his energy here on the on scoring touches. In the middle leg, he was too much worried about fighting with Nikishin.
Well, we've got the video up, the replay up, and potentially they're not looking for crossing. They can only really be looking for use of the back arm again. And the referee is back out. Oh, he's putting his hand in his pocket. Is he turning on his microphone? I think he is.
Ooh.
Hit stands.
He faked us out. We thought he was going for the card there.
Yeah. Now he's just making sure that there are no videos, and he was wrong. So Fichera goes after it. He's not wasting any time. 5 seconds to go. Fichera parry riposte, and the Italians came into this 7 hits down, and now find themselves a hit up with 5 seconds left on the clock. And wow! It's done at the perfect time here, because Herey's got to completely change his tactics. Hasn't got time to build anything and attack into preparation from Fichera. Trying a bit of gamesmanship there, calling for a card for some reason. Now Fichera 1 away from taking this for Italy. Misses, 1 back for Herey, but 0.6 of a second left. Can he get a hit in this time? Chases down to Piste, and time runs out. What a miraculous comeback from Marco Fichera and Team Italy for gold here in Kazan. Amazing match, Jeff.
Unbelievable match, unbelievable comeback. And what happened here, Fichera was pushing the whole time. Herey was busy on defense, but not committing. When he finally committed 2 or 3 times, Fichera was waiting with the parry riposte, and that was the difference there at the end.
A quite phenomenal Epee final here in Kazan. I didn't think that even Italy could come back from that, but they did. 30-37 down going into the final leg, and Marco Fichera turned it round with 5 seconds left on the clock and taken gold for the Italian team. Woo! Well, let's get to Olympic qualification. What does this all mean for men's épée? Well, in the team standings, France and Italy are the top 2 in the world. Ukraine join them in the top 4, with Switzerland as the 4 top teams in the world qualifying for the Olympic Games. The zonal spots go to Korea, Russia and the United States. And well, the troubling times that Egypt had here, with Spain and Germany going better than them in the team event, means they were pushed out of the top 16, and that leaves a bonus spot for the next highest team, and that goes to China. When you put that through the wash in the individual rankings, it means that Gabriele Cimini of Hungary and Bas Verwaayen of the Netherlands qualify in the 2 European spots. Yamada Masaru of Japan is joined by Ruslan Kurbanov of Kazakhstan in the 2 Asian spots. Limado Gascon, from the 2012 gold medalist from Venezuela, picks up the Pan Am spot, and Morocco's Hussam El Khoud takes the African place. Jeff, been great back here working with you. Final words?
Tremendous weekend, great fencing. It was great to be back for sure. And one thing we'll say from this final, it ain't over till it's over, no matter what the score is.
Well, there you go. Thank you for a brilliant synopsis of Epee, Jeffrey Buchanan. And thanks to all of you for watching. That's it from Kazan. But join us. You don't have long to wait. Join us on Sunday for the final foil Olympic qualifier from Doha. Live coverage starts at 7 AM Central European time. We'll see you then.